Hello everyone, it's Dan. In this video today, I want to share with you the Takara Transformers LG26 Scourge Headmaster up there, Fracas. This is of course the Japanese equivalent of Hasbro's Titan's Return line. Here you can take a look at the front of the box. There's some cool cartoon artwork down there in the corner. Got Scourge in vehicle mode, Fracas up there in the right hand corner. If we flip around this side, it shows some of the product shots and how Fracas works in the different modes. On the back here, it's a little bit more the same, shows the two different modes. Again, with some product shots and kind of some cartoon artwork that is lightly in the background. More cartoon artwork over here on this side of the box. And they do make use of the top of the box as well with kind of the Hasbro Headmaster Titan's Return electrifying effect going on over there. Okay, so that's the packaging. Let's pop this guy out of the box and check him out. So before we get into the figure, let's take a look at the brochure. I like looking at these. It's kind of G1 throwback. A nice kind of proper brochure that Takara gives you. So you've got this, some artwork there, Decepticon Scourge, Legends 26. Folds open this way. And you got the product shots there, and you got the tech specs going across the right-hand side down here. And then on this side is basically a comic book that I cannot read. And it's got like these anime things, a little bit sexually charged there for a Transformer toy. I don't know, but that's Japan anime. And then you go like this, and it's basically just the transformation instructions. So I always like that, kind of a little bit of nostalgia from Takara with a good proper brochure. It's like the old days. So here's Scourge out of the box. We'll start in vehicle mode since that's how they come with Takara, and you can check this out. I mean, they do a nice job. I will compare it to the Hasbro version. Generally, Takara's going a little lighter through here, more of almost kind of like a very dull white, I guess. Blue and then darker blue through there. So you'll see some of the paint app comparisons, some of the detailing comparisons, where they're putting their Decepticon signs. You can make note of that right there. I think the tail fin looks nice. They've done some extra paint up here. So that looks really good. The one thing I wish is, they didn't put any accent paints on these kind of vents or lights or whatever you want to call them. Hasbro did. But otherwise, I do like this mold just for deluxe class. I think it's a pretty good version of Scourge and how we knew him, kind of G1-esque. It's a little more A-frame than sort of U-frame, but overall I think it's a nice job. You can see underneath. Not too bad. He is probably the closest panel former that we have out of the line. So a lot of these panels just wrap around the guy to make the shape. But it's kind of what you have to do for a $15, $20, whatever it is, $25 in this case, deluxe class figure. So that looks pretty cool. And let's go ahead and bring in the Hasbro version so you can see right here some of the color differences. Again, Takara here on the left has got more of almost a white, just very, very light blue, white almost kind of color through here, whereas Hasbro has really kind of this bluish tinge to it. See, Hasbro's using some teal accents through the nose there that Takara opted not to. Just different how they're using the blues and where they're putting the Decepticon logos over the top. So you can notice that. And then, of course, the accent painting, where Takara's generally always going to be better. You can see through here. Nothing on Hasbro. Takara's done some accent painting up there. And Takara's painted kind of the back of that as well. So some accent painting through there that's different. Accent painting here that's different. They both got the red dot. Takara's is a brighter red. But again, Hasbro actually did a decent amount of accent painting. Whether or not you like it or not, it's another question, but they've got the teal through here. They've got the red dot. And even actually, when you go inside of here, they've got red accent paints inside of those, whatever you want to call them, engines or whatever they are, that Takara did not. So Hasbro is giving Takara a run for their money here, especially on the side. So let's kind of try to get the side here. This is where Hasbro has really nice accent paints through here with the blue silver trim around there. So that looks really nice. Takara did not do anything there. And then Hasbro's got some blue accents there as well. So the side panel of Takara looks very plain compared to the Hasbro version. And that is really going to be the main differences. Otherwise, you know, these things look pretty similar. The blues are definitely different. You know, there's Hasbro's is a darker blue, too dark. Takara's is pretty good. And you'll see once we get them in bot mode, you can already start to see here some accents on the abs that Takara has. Hasbro went with the yellow accent here that Takara didn't. Decepticon logo here, other sticker here, logo here. So some differences that we'll see in bot mode that'll pop there. But I would say, you know, competitive vehicle modes between the two. Actually pretty competitive. You know, it's no slam dunk. I like Takara's because I think the color is a little more true. But Hasbro's did not do a bad job at all, actually. So on these ones at least, I mean, this is a big difference versus like the Blur Takara in Hasbro. I've got a video on that you can check out. That's night and day. These, I would say, a little closer. Okay, so again, final spin here. Takara, Scourge vehicle mode. Take a final peek. Pretty nice looking, but not full bore detail painting, but just an overall solid color scheme with kind of the right details in the right places, let's say. Then here, if you want to get Fracas in the game, you just kind of pull open the cockpit. There we go. Got an opening down in there. Fracas is just going to take a plain seating position and sit down in there. So that's how you can get him engaged in the vehicle mode. Pretty straightforward. And again, similar to Hasbro, you get the kind of this gun piece turret, which was pretty common across a few of these deluxe class figures. Just different color plastic, but otherwise molded the same. And you know, you can plug that up there if you wanted. Have that as a gun up there. Fracas can also sit up in here. If you'd want to have him handling the gun up there, he can do that as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and transform Scourge. Again, he's kind of like panel former, so it's pretty simple. Just kind of flip out these panels, right? And separate these panels, which are his legs, and bring them down. Bring them down. Give the waist a twist. Send that back up. Start to get the legs in position, so give that a twist. Give his feet out. So you actually want the blue piece as his foot forward, the white piece back, and then just close back up the panel basically. That'll snap in for you. Little peg here to help get the foot out. Just separating the feet, pulling the blue forward, pushing the white back, getting the panels all back into place. So you have this. His arms just kind of come down. They're sort of up because they peg in. So just kind of bring them down. Get that to lock in place. Then you've got these kind of in the back. You kind of want like wings. So that's that. And then there's this piece back here. You can pull this off and use it as a gun as well. So we'll set that aside. And then the hands just kind of fold into the form. So pull those out. And you're basically set up. Okay, so before we put Fracas on, let's go ahead and take a look at him. Here's the Takara version. You can see they're using that similar color scheme. The really light, almost white, and then light blue. You can see they've got good face paint, red goggles and stuff. And of course, this backpack's going to be the face for Scourge. And then here you have the Hasbro version. Isn't terrible either. I mean, again, the color matches the main toy, but you know, Hasbro put some detail paint on the shins there, painted the face and the eyes as well. You can't really knock Hasbro on this version. I think this was one of their better Headmasters, actually. I made that comment in the review of that figure. So, you know, head to head again, it's a lot closer. And really the only separation is, you know, the color scheme's just different, right? But here for Takara's Fracas, we just want to kind of fold them up as usual. And that's the look you get right there. I mean, that's a really good Scourge face, not denying it.
And here's something I actually totally missed when I did the Hasbro figure review. I'm not sure if their instructions noted it, but the top piece, it can come up. I did not notice that before, but you can get the extra extension off of the head just by kind of pulling that up. So you get the proper kind of tuned look. And you can see they're really going for that nice old man Scourge look. It looks really good. Then here you can just compare that to the Hasbro versions. Again, the Hasbro piece pops up too, unbeknownst to me. But you can take a look, right? So, I mean, I liked the Hasbro one, standalone, you know, just off on its own. I was like, wow, that's one of the better jobs they did. Good molding through there with the mustache and everything. Decent amount of paint accents. But of course, the Takara version is more G1 tune accurate, and they've actually painted the mustache separate from the face. Those are two colors you can see. A little more blue on the mustache and the goatee. And they're using the paint to kind of thin out the head because they're painting the head a light blue. And then the legs are, of course, the arms there are more that white color. So you get kind of more face separation, actually, versus the Hasbro version. Okay, so let's just get back to our Scourge body here and plug Fracas in. And let's just knock out the comparison here. So here's where obviously Takara separates itself because Hasbro is just all blue plastic. Really just a shame. They didn't really do much painting at all in the bot mode. So he's just all this blue, and they gave like a yellow accent on the belt, kind of a sticker on the chest, but nothing else. You look at Takara, they got the abs painted. They got accent paints through the arms. You get different paint on the thighs, different paint here on kind of the tips of the shins and everything. So just much, much better tune accurate Scourge, way better bot mode. Now just spin them around so you can take a look at all angles. But again, there's a parts former, I should say a panel former, excuse me. So, you know, there's not much else going on that you can see that's different noticeably, you know, than the paint accents that we've already talked about. Okay, so if we just go in closer on Scourge, I'll let you get a closer kind of pan and look. You can see some of the detail. Again, it's a nice figure, nice bot mode because of the different paint accents. So I do like it a lot more than Hasbro. You know, and I'm not surprised about that, but in vehicle mode, I'd say it was a lot closer battle. But both Takara and Hasbro do suffer from just the panel former aspect. You know, and that really starts to just kind of hit you from the sides and the back. And just a quick peek at this final side, same as the other. We'll just do a quick kind of articulation tour. You know, the head goes up and down and will spin as all the Headmasters do. The arms, they move. You got to kind of move the back panel to get full accommodation of what you want to do. Shoulders are going to go up. They're on a ball joint. Popped off. But they'll go up like this. You can kind of come across because they're on that ball joint, so you get some decent flexibility there. Bicep swivel, elbow at 90 degrees. Wrists are, you know, it's all fixed. It just folds into the form, so you get something there, but that's about it. Nothing at the waist with this guy. The legs are on ball joints, as all the deluxe, most of the deluxe figures are to my knowledge, so you can pretty much do whatever you want there. Thigh swivel, knee, 90 degrees. You know, and the feet, because they transform, they move a little bit too. That's basically your articulation. And again, you get this big gun, which I've just went ahead and plugged the kind of fin piece gun on top. So you can get this triple barrel effect. So he can hold that, or he can hold them separately, whatever you want to do. Again, Fracas can sit in there. That's an option, whatever you want to do. That's it, guys. Takara Transformers Legends LG26 Scourge with Headmaster Fracas. What can I say again? Takara outdueling Hasbro to no one's surprise. All the extra details, all the extra attention to paint applications is what makes the difference, and really, really puts these guys back into more of their classic likeness, at least that folks like I know and love. So, hope you liked the video, guys. Hope you like the comparison effects. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Hello everyone, Dana 14th Prime here. In this video, I want to share with you the Takara Transformers Legends Blur